You should release a video one day where you just post bloopers. Oh,
Ew.
and it's all Ash doing ASMR.
All right, is everyone ready? We're
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
do
ready.
it. You're listening to Instantly 20, an original podcast where we discuss navigating life in your early 20s.
I'm Ash,
And I'm Keely.
And I'm Danny.
and on today's episode, you're listening to our hot takes.
You may have heard there was a third voice in this episode. Please, everyone, give a round of applause and a great welcome to our beautiful guest, Danny.
Thank you. Thank you. Great to be here.
Standing
Very
ovation.
excited.
Yes, guys, we do have our mutual friend in
I'm
the
real.
studio.
I exist.
I don't
I'm
know
not
if
just
anyone's-
mutual friend now.
So true. I don't know if anyone's noticed, but we always go, I'll meet your friend. I'll meet your friend. It's always Danny. That is the only person we ever talk about.
I'll have you
Mutual
know,
friend.
I'm in the car listening to the podcast when they air, and whenever you say mutual friend, I get giddy and I get so excited, and whoever I'm listening with, I'll sit there and go, that's me, I'm the mutual friend. It's very
That's
wholesome.
so cute.
She also said that once, because we group call quite regularly, that Keely and I will just be like chattering away, but it's a podcast playing in the car, and Danny will go to like respond to what we're saying.
Thinking
I
that
will.
we're on FaceTime. That's
I
so
will.
funny.
Yeah,
It's funny because I would definitely say Danny is like the quiet, sit back and listen friend out of the group, and Ash and I, hence the podcast, are the ones that go, no, yappy, yappa. So she's the perfect third member for the podcast.
She's well thought out.
Because we just talk all over each other.
it's good.
Anyway, it's really good for Danny to be here. We're going to give a special shout out to her because it's her birthday tomorrow.
Very exciting.
I don't know about
22.
you, but I'm feeling 22.
Feels good. Feels great to be here.
You know what? Actually, that kind of plays into our lucky girl syndrome. I'll let you do the honors.
I can't believe how perfect that transition into Lucky Girl Syndrome was. We all have a conjoint Lucky Girl Syndrome today, and we are so excited to tell you guys. You may remember a few episodes back, we were telling you about how concerts are coming back, and we're so excited, and that we were manifesting Taylor Swift tickets. But to give you a little rundown, take it away, Danny. Tell me how the day started.
So it was a bright Wednesday morning, I took some time off work to sit at my computer and be in that waiting room, thinking it would only be a couple of hours.
Max.
It was not. I think it ended up getting to 12 and I had to go to work at 1. And I remember just messaging my boss going, I'm sorry, I'm really sick. I had to continue waiting because I could not
Sick
give
with
up
anxiety.
these tickets. It was a sickness.
It's one of those things where it gets to the point where you've been waiting so long that if you stop, it's just like, well, what was the point? I've just wasted all this time. We're getting to the point where I was coming up for 7-8 hours. It was like insanity how long we had waited. And I'm at work. And here's where the Lucky Girl Syndrome part comes into this. I work at a gym. My computer's sitting next to like our work computer, and I heard the doorbell ring. So I'm just like, oh, well, I'm just going to go see who that is, go do my job. And these people had come to sign up to the gym. And I was like, oh, I'll be right back. I'm just going to go grab some forms from the office. And usually those forms are at the front. But I was like, oh, the one I need is in the office. So I walked back. And the second I walked into the office, the Ticketek screen changes. And I was through. And I ran to the people and I was like, I am so sorry. I hope you understand. It's Taylor Swift Day. And I've been waiting 7 hours and I have to go do this. And then they were like, they're probably about my age. And they were like, oh my God, you do you. Go do it. Go do
I
it.
was just like, we'll just chill for a few
Yeah,
minutes.
literally. So I gave them their forms. I was like, I'll be back. And I called the girls and I was like, guys, I got through. But here was the catch. It was the VIP tickets.
The funny thing is, I think Danny was being the voice of reason and sort of saying, guys, do we really want to spend this much on tickets? Like, how much do we really want to lay down for this?
And as well, like we could just go for general sale because this was just the pre-sale.
Pre-sale.
And I don't know.
I think we were kind of just paying for the certainty.
Exactly.
And I was like, no, I was like, let's
like,
do
we have to
it.
do
And
it.
Keely
We
was
need
like,
it.
come on, Danny.
Ticketek is like counting down. We've got 1 minute left and we're going, Danny, please, Danny. And we got 20 seconds left on the clock. We're putting the afterpay details and we got them. And everyone was just like, ah! Like we were so happy about it.
It felt like the 7 hours that I had taken to sit at my computer felt worth it.
Yeah,
I
and
felt
you
like
took off
I'd
work.
exactly. It was a chill day, but it was exhausting, emotionally exhausting.
It was so emotionally exhausting.
Anyway, guys, we could sit here and talk about Taylor all day. Let's get into our hot takes and controversial thoughts. Danny, would you like to open up and kind of tell our viewers what a hot take is?
Sure, I'm happy to. I think Ash phrased it very well to begin with. It is truly just a controversial thought. I think it's an opinion that might not be widely shared, but it's something you genuinely believe in. I think they can be anything: political, hygiene related, food related, fashion related, lots of different topics. But I think we've got all sorts in our list today, I hope.
I might start with mine first, but I just really quickly want to say, I don't think we fully said like who Danielle is in our lives. We've been close friends. I've known Danny since primary school. You've known Danny since high school, Keely.
Yeah, so I've known these girls since we were about 12, 13 years old. I would just definitely say that this trio, like contrary to popular opinion, which comes into hot takes, most people would tell you trios don't work, but I will fight to the death. I will tell anyone that I truly believe in this trio, and we will be trio forever.
Agreed.
Oh, that's so cute. And it's very special to finally have Danny on the podcast.
It is. It's very exciting.
I might start off with mine. So my first hot take is actually about an episode that will be coming shortly. Actually, you know what? I think we might be recording this one for you next. So stay tuned for that. It's about TikTok, and I believe it should be time limited.
Why do you believe that?
It's just so unhealthy, and I think a lot of people don't have the, what's the word?
Willpower.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've got two
Oh
good
my God,
words
so
there.
many words. Discipline. We've got so many
Discipline.
words. Yeah, like it's so hard to put your phone down, and I think that we've learnt how to be on our phone so much, and TikTok is obviously like very, very big in today's society. So I believe that should be time limited.
You know what? I think that that's actually a really good idea. This is a point that I'll probably discuss in the next episode, but I just think that TikTok shouldn't be unlimited. Like there should be an end to the feed, you know?
That's interesting. That's a good take on Ash's
Yeah, I just
opinion.
think that, yeah, it's the bane of our existence. No, not really.
But that's the thing, there would never be an end to the feed, because imagine like there's so many users on the app.
That's a good point.
They could just end your feed yourself, but that's hard because then it's like, what if you wanted more?
Mm.
It's just like, I don't know if it's something that could ever be.
I think maybe like
Wanted.
3 hours. I think there maybe could be like a time, so each time you open the app, like you've got like a countdown.
I think the problem with that is people don't enjoy their media being controlled by other people. They really like the independence of having control of their own feed and scrolling. While I think it's a great idea, I worry how people would take that.
I think it's definitely something that if you think that TikTok controls your life, it should be something you could opt into, but maybe not something that's necessarily policed.
Good hot take though. Very
Ooh,
good
I
start.
like
policed.
it. Policed.
Political, Keely. Slow down.
Would you like to go next, Miss Danny?
I would love to go next. Mine is food related, and it's also to do with Australian culture. But I don't like fairy bread. I think it's mid, and it's just not an Australian delicacy.
Mid.
I think it's just okay, sure, if I want butter on bread, I'm going to have toast. Why do I want sprinkles on top? That's for ice cream.
Okay, but this morning she was telling us she doesn't like sweet things for breakfast, so that could be playing into
That
that.
could
You know,
tie
you've
into
just
that.
got not a sweet tooth.
Sweet tooth for like afternoons.
Afternoon fairy bread? Would you take that?
Potentially. I just don't like it at parties. I'm just more of a give me like, I don't know, meat
Give me a
pies and sausage
Lamington.
rolls. Lamingtons. That's what I was going to reference. That is in here. Lamingtons are way better. They should be the poster child for Australia.
I don't mind fairy bread, but I'm not a big crust gal. So I think
Fairy bread without a crust.
I feel like I
Yeah.
have vivid memories of us at parties in primary school, Ash, where we would have fairy bread and the crust would be laying on your plate.
And then you would eat it?
guys,
I'm a crust gal.
that's me with like sausage sandwiches and everything.
It's so true
Every
though.
time she has toast, I eat her crust.
Which is funny because we're the opposite with pizza. Like I will like
True.
literally, I'll be like, "Can you give me your crust?" Like I'm a crust
I
goblin
was
for
gonna
pizza.
say, it's so funny. A crust goblin.
I'm a crust goblin.
I feel like it's just that one of those things, like a friend that likes crust and a friend that doesn't like crust go hand in hand, and
Yeah.
it's just a perfect friendship.
Unless you
Agreed.
all like crust, and I just still take it. I'm like,
You
it's
probably might
mine.
be friends.
I
then.
do enjoy pizza crust, but I just can't say no to the crust goblin when she's.
I really want just a whole crust pizza with like no toppings. Can we get that for dinner, guys?
We can
Please
have
don't
pizza. You
worry.
can have all of my crust if you wish.
We won't even buy her a pizza.
One
We'll just
crust
cut off the
pizza
crust.
for me, please.
We'll just get them to burn a pizza so it tastes crusty.
True.
There you go.
No, just don't put any toppings on it.
You just need to get your own pizza oven so you can do it
Okay.
yourself.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. Domino's
Girl
walking in and being
dinner.
like,
So my first hot take, I don't know what you guys are going to say about this one, but science is green and maths is blue.
That was the most offensive thing I've ever heard. English is obviously blue.
ew, ew.
Maths is red and science is green. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong and I won't believe you.
You were wrong.
I'm
Wait,
not
what was the
wrong.
last one?
No.
Science is green.
Science is
I
green.
agree with you.
Okay,
but
science
maths
is
is
green.
red
No,
and
maths
English is blue.
Let me speak, ladies. Math is blue. English is red.
No. Red? Why are you putting red in your colour wheel?
Because it's a primary colour, love.
You're
English is purple.
Purple? Okay, purple isn't even a primary colour.
Okay,
you
but-
need help.
No,
This
but
is
I didn't
all
use primary
wrong.
colours. Okay, but at least okay, we can all agree that science is green, so that's good.
Yeah, okay.
math is
agree.
blue.
I agree, maths is blue.
Math-
Why
is
would
blue.
okay, as someone that enjoyed maths through high school and both of you didn't, why on earth did you choose a nice colour?
I liked maths. I
Did
wasn't
you?
in advanced maths, but I found maths
Okay.
like
Okay.
problem solving.
Fuck on. PE is green.
No, it's not.
What
Because of
happened?
The field.
P is yellow.
Science is yellow. Science is yellow. PE is green.
Okay, to
I
be
thought
honest,
history is orange.
I agree. I think history was orange for me.
History was yellow for me.
I think PE, history, and science can all be mixed matched.
I
The biggest
agree.
debate is maths and English.
English, red. Science, yellow. History, orange. Math, blue. PE, green. I'm right. You are all wrong. You're all wrong.
Babes, that's why it's got a hot take.
All right, this is her fifth
Nah.
rendition of her colours, so I'll take that with a grain
I don't
of
think
salt.
she's
Thanks,
wrong.
love.
Anyway, this is the most Australian hot take I've ever heard. Even being like, P is
Okay,
green.
you know what? No. We're going to put some polls up.
Okay,
I want to
okay.
know what everyone else thinks.
We are going to put polls up and get back to you guys. So keep an eye out on our Instagram story because I'm going to win.
I
But
enjoy.
also, if you're watching this segment on TikTok or Instagram, please comment down below.
Comment and tell
what
me that I'm
colour it
right.
is. No, tell me that
I
I'm
enjoy
right.
being
I'm
right.
the right one.
Maths is blue. Maths is blue. Maths is blue.
Wrong.
I agree with
Okay.
math is blue.
Ash,
Yeah.
off you go.
This next one,
I'm
I'm going to
excited.
get lots of hate for. I believe the legal drinking age should be 21.
Okay,
Okay.
I don't mind.
In Australia, when you turn 18, you're allowed to drink, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that is so young and juvenile, and you are so naive. It brings in just bad spending habits. Like, you're still getting to know your body. It brings in like bad choices for your body, for your brain. You're learning so much about yourself. I just think that it's such a disruptance.
I have a thought. I think that no matter what age you raise the bar to, people are still going to drink underage because it is so heavily portrayed in high school media. If you look at TV shows, drinking at parties, and everyone loves being a rebel. So if you just raise the drinking age, people are going to do it anyway.
And how interesting is that too that you mention like movies and how they portray drinking, because every high schooler in a movie is 25.
Yeah, that's true.
They all look like years
As in the
older.
actor?
The actor, yeah,
Yeah.
the actor is years older than what we would be.
Yeah.
And they're drinking, and so it makes sense in the movie. But I agree with you. I think that no matter what age you make it,
And you know what? That's okay because I drank underage, but I never went into a bar or an establishment where I needed an ID. It was always at home or always at parties, like in the year group. It wasn't ever like sneaking into places. And I think that sneaking into places, it makes you like you're just around people that are spending. It brings in so much danger when boys are after young girls.
and if you've lied about your age to get into this establishment, that just creates such a murky water there, and it's just so unsafe.
I just think you're so just getting to know yourself and like it, I don't know, like parties don't happen every single weekend in high school.
No.
Like lots of weekends, yes, but not every weekend. I think most time when you're like in a nightclub, you want to go every weekend.
You know what, maybe?
It's what you spend your money on.
Okay, but when we were younger, Ash used to always say, like, she believed, I mean, obviously that thought's changed now, but she believed that, like, you should be able to start to incorporate alcohol into, like, your, not should, but, like, alcohol's bad for you no matter what age you are, but, like, kind of start to get used to what that feeling is when you're younger and when you're safe with your family, so that when you are out and about by yourself, you know how to handle yourself, you know what your limits are. Danny just pointed to herself and said, me, we actually went out your first ever time going out drinking. I took you out and we went to, like, our local nightclub that had just opened. Do you remember we went to that place when it was first?
But people don't believe me when I say I never drank until I was
Until
18,
18.
but I genuinely didn't. My mum was, just because she doesn't drink and she has bad experiences with drinking, that she just preferred me not to get anywhere near it. And you can't say that's the right or wrong decision, because other parents are also just as mature.
Exactly.
But they just chose a different way. And I don't know, I just didn't want to. And then I hit 18, and I agree though. I think a lot of people that did kind of have the same experience as me do go overboard. I don't think I went overboard because I had really mature friends like you and Keely, but some people do, and they go very dramatic with it as soon as they hit 18.
So back to Ash's hot take though. Okay, maybe with that discussion, I feel like maybe it should be that 21's the legal age to go on premises and stuff like that to nightclubs, but maybe like at a younger age you should be allowed to drink it, just not at a nightclub.
Allowed to purchase.
Okay, like differentiate the ages a little.
I think,
Yeah.
no,
That's interesting.
I
Stagger.
definitely agree with that. I think it was more the premises, because it's so, I don't know, looking back then, I think we would all go, oh, we should have been drinking at like 16, like we can go out earlier. But really, you're just so young and naive and irresponsible. It's scary.
Agreed.
It's very scary to be a young girl, like, drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Next,
shame.
that's my hot take.
I liked that one. Danny, what's your next one?
Next one. This one I have no proof for. I have no evidence. But that's a hot take, I suppose. I just don't think Android phones are good. I just don't think that anyone can sit here and tell me that it's better than an iPhone. And you can list all the crazy and fun reasons. I don't care. Get an iPhone for 1 second, and the functionality of it is incredible. It's easier for the elderly to use, for like in their hands. It's like comfortable for them. I've worked in aged care. I've been there, and I think it's so much better overall. And I think maybe sometimes like camera quality, sure. I think I've heard that argument where Androids are very good for like filming maybe. I don't know. I think I've had that argument before. But overall, I just think iPhone's a good phone. Price-wise, so different. And I think they price gouge iPhones for sure. But I think just in general functionality, I think iPhones are better. And actually, I do have evidence. I've realised. My sister-in-law and my brother have had both. And they like iPhones the best.
You know what? I agree with that statement. I have nothing bad to say about that. We are all sitting here filming on iPhones. We're all iPhone lovers.
Have iPads.
We got an iPad, a MacBook.
I don't trust Android users, and I know there is like the micro percent of our listeners. I can see the stats that listed on Androids, and I'm so sorry to break your heart, but I can't. Like, Danny, you're a single gal, let's say.
Yeah.
You meet the man of your dreams. Successful, beautiful, smart, funny, great with your family. Like, every single quality you could picture,
Yeah.
but they have an Android.
Genuinely, look, I'm going
What are
to
you
try
gonna
and
do?
change him. I'm going to be like, dude, iPhone's better. And okay, I have to bring back to the fact it sounds really classist when I'm sitting here saying iPhones are better. I understand they're expensive. I get that. And I think if you can only afford an Android, do what you will. That's fine. But when people that can afford an iPhone prefer to get the Android and say iPhones are the worst, they're so bad, everything about them is awful, I just don't think you're right.
You mentioned price about iPhones. I was just thinking to myself, it's so funny to think about how iPhone 3, I think it was about $300 maybe.
Yep.
You pay upwards of $2,000 now for an iPhone. 100%. Insane?
Yeah, it's crazy. Do I think it's worth that much money?
No. But think about how much you use your iPhone.
Very
so if you cut
true.
it down to like every day that you use it,
Yeah.
Like 20 cents
I
a
do
day.
pay mine on a plan, and it's
Same.
only $80 a month. And it's like, I genuinely feel like every day that I use it, it gets me to and from work. I answer all of my friends. I don't live in the same city as you, so I get to communicate with my two best friends very easily.
Listen to our
alarm. How do you wake up every day?
I
with your
read
alarm?
on my phone.
You listen to our
like,
podcast.
I listen to your podcast. I'm a very avid reader. I have books on my phone. Like, the usage far outweighs
So
the
worth
cost.
it.
for sure.
For sure.
They are expensive, but you're paying for quality and overpriced.
I agree. Yeah, and every time I hear a complaint about an Android phone, it's like,
Sucks to be you.
It shut down, or my alarm didn't work. And I think, I mean,
That's
you
'cause
do
you're
it to
using
yourself,
Android.
love.
Yep. It's like
How
using
else do we?
That's
brick.
a good one.
Yeah, but like, love to my Android users. Don't offend anyone, but please prove to me when you
Yeah,
listen.
give us the
Tell me
stats.
why
Give me
you
the
think.
facts.
I need to know because I've never enjoyed it. I've always hated it.
I agree. I totally agree with that statement.
Thank
You guys are going to hate me for this one. I already know that I'm going to get some vomit sounds. Are you guys ready for this one?
I don't think I'm ready, but go.
Turkish Delight is the best chocky in the favourites box.
You know what?
That's some cold tea.
I'm okay. So my reasoning that I'm not angry about this is because cherry ripes are my favorite chocolate, and they are often put in the same category as Turkish Delights as being the worst. And so I can respect a fellow person who has experienced the feeling of being rejected by their peers whenever they pick up the gross chocolate.
And everyone's like, ew.
My sister forced me to eat one once, and I truly thought I was about to vomit. Like, I can't. Like, what is it? It's like cherry?
No, it's not.
No.
What is it?
It's like a jelly type
Yeah.
consistency.
I
It's
like
like
raspberry
sweet.
vibes.
Raspberry.
It makes me feel physically ill. And I can appreciate a cherry ripe from time to time. I
Yeah.
feel like I always crave cherry ripe when I'm on my period.
They're lovely. I
don't
think they're
like
fantastic.
cherry wraps, funnily enough.
Yeah, interesting.
But I know what you're saying about them being put in the same category. And then also I take it back to my thing with I can't eat a lot of chocolates anyway. Turkish Delight's gluten-free, so win-win.
Okay.
Everyone
And-
hates it. I get to eat it.
And interesting, when people say they hate Turkish Delights, I think they're not like they're eating the Turkish Delight from like Cadbury, but the Turkish Delight is actually like a delicacy. Is so
right?
different, and
Yep.
I think they need to try that first because I mean we've all watched Narnia.
No.
Yes, I've watched Narnia.
You haven't watched Narnia?
No.
Okay, well, in the scene, this little boy sells out his entire family for Turkish Delight. I mean, it is amid World War II where there was like obviously sugar shortages, so I get it. But
I would
still, but still, I mean, it's very popular. You should try it. We'll make you try like.
I think I've got some at home. Not even kidding. I've got a box of Turkish Delight.
Let's do it tonight.
I'm okay. I really don't.
Ash is like, please no. What's your next one, Ash?
All right. My next one is so weird and controversial.
I think I know what it is.
I believe humans should be microchipped. Are you crying right now? No.
I think I want to cry.
I'm kidding.
I
Okay.
have to walk out of this
Hear
room.
me out, guys.
We genuinely can't take that opinion with just the statement. I need to
I
hear
need to
your
hear
explanation.
Hear me
before I
out.
say anything.
Okay, shut the Shanice. Okay.
Yuppa.
Oh, stay tuned for our next episode, by the way, because we're going to discuss a lot about that. I just think for safety wise, imagine the crimes. Imagine like young girl goes missing. Like your family and authorities would be able to find you straight away. Like if there was any danger, and the only time they can access it is when there's been a crime. Imagine all the murders that would be solved.
Imagine all the murders that would happen if you can find people. Easy as that. If it's
No, but only the top
no.
secret
No.
authorities.
Hacking.
do you trust the government?
Hacking's massive. Think about it. If someone that's looking for you can find you that easily, if they could pay someone to hack that information, find out where you are. Like,
I think in the
Not good.
perfect world, great, fantastic, it should happen. But there's just too much like, I don't know. I'm too distrustful of
yeah.
people and sometimes institutions
I
that
have
I
a
think
thought.
who has the authority to look at my microchip. I'd just be scared that anyone can see it.
What about your microchip can only be accessed? Oh, but then that's hard.
Could there be like a microchip that like you activate in yourself? Like so if you're in
Like
danger.
what if you've died?
Well, it could register that you have no heartbeat.
And then when you
And then it activates.
Yeah.
But
could
that's sad
activate.
because then what's the point? It's only
But I
for
mean, it
people that
wouldn't have to
died, like, I don't
activate
know.
only then, but that could be a trigger. Like if you like
To help
pressed your
find.
wrist really hard and found like it in there, you could like activate it and say you're in danger. And then it could send like a message. Like that would be interesting.
I think also, okay, like Danielle was saying, in a perfect world. Okay, in a perfect world, if there was a government was like, it was very easy, that information could not be hacked. It was so top secret and it was like kept away and nobody could find it. That would work, but only if you're a good person.
I worry.
Like
yeah.
only
I'm a great
if you're a
person.
good person.
Of course you are. But
You only wouldn't have to worry about it if you're not doing anything wrong.
yeah.
The people that would can test and say, no, don't do that. Are people doing thing that like something
but
wrong?
then
Yeah.
what happens if you go missing and like your family just wouldn't know where you are?
No.
But that happens every day.
Another thing I think of.
Yeah, that's a real
really
shame.
sad.
It's a real that's really sad. Like, but then
Yeah,
the
it
is
government would be
awful.
able to find registered, no heartbeat. They were found dead in the lake.
I also wonder,
That sucks.
like the other parts to this though, I think is that although it's getting put into our body, and I would assume that they would tell us everything it can be used for, technology is very advanced, and I worry about what else they could find or what else they could pick up in like your body. Like say if, you know, there was a drug that was like made illegal, and if you happen to use it, even just recreationally, not that I support that, but
like
if you did,
no, but what I was going to say is, like I said, it would only ever not be a problem if you're not doing anything wrong, except no one is perfect. Everyone's going to slip up and do the wrong thing at some point. And like Danny
Yeah.
said, what if you just happened to like, or what if someone like accidentally gave it to you as well? Like, and then you suddenly get in trouble because your microchip's like,
very
she's
true.
had this, like, you know?
Very
maybe,
nuanced.
Maybe humans shouldn't be microchipped after all.
No, but I understand your concept, and I truly understand that it does come from a very kind-hearted place. You're not saying you want to know where everyone is. You just
Maybe I do. Maybe Life 360 isn't enough for you, Denny.
She just wants to know where we
Maybe
are.
I'm just saying, I need to know down to the dot.
I get
Quarter to-
messages when I get home saying, "I'm glad you're
DNA
home."
samples.
I'm like, "Thanks for telling me, congratulating me
Your
on getting
batteries
home."
are really low.
She's always telling me batteries low. I'm like, how did you know? Life 360.
She's out there.
I'm
She's
out
looking.
there. I'm observing
I
from
think
afar.
maybe this is why she made us download Life 360. She can't microchip
You guys-
us, so she gets us to take
I
it.
left the group and then they were like, what's going on? Where are you? And I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah, I
You
changed my
guys check-
mind. I wanted to know where you
Okay,
were.
well, we have it now.
Thank you. I'm
You
glad. I noticed.
I know you are.
Okay,
so-
the next hot take.
Next hot take. This one is very specific to me, but Christmas in July is so stupid, and I think it aggravates me. Annoyingly,
I've done it.
there is it was a particular time, I think maybe a couple of weeks ago, and I was on like a trip with some university friends, and I went to 2 different bakeries, and for some reason I was really craving a sausage roll, and at these 2 bakeries they were both closed because of Christmas in July. Yeah, so the whole weekend I was so disappointed, and the friend that I was with saw it all firsthand, how annoyed I was. And I thought, you know what, I get your weekend, and I like definitely encourage businesses to take time off. That's fantastic. But labeling it as Christmas in July really boiled my blood. I have to put that out there, and I don't want it to happen again. And I hope all businesses listen and take some advice.
No more Christmas in
I've
July.
never heard of businesses
Christmas in
telling for
July.
No,
that.
neither.
That was my anger.
Yeah, I get that.
That's a very personal one, but yes. Off you go, Keely.
Christmas in July is a personal attack on Danny.
It felt like it was.
Okay, I'm really curious to know what everyone else thinks about this. So hear me out. I have a bit of a story time with this one. There has not been any significant household names / A-listers, especially like singers, that are new since we were in early high school. And I blame it on social media because I think that being famous is too easy and common. And for example, if you think about who's famous and like most popular, who you're going to concert for right now, we're thinking Taylor Swift, Harry Styles, like Billie Eilish. A lot of these people have been around since we were like 12 and like have been prominent and famous on the, you know, on your top charts. Who is new? I don't know. And like, there's
I would say
other than
so.
TikTok
No,
stars.
I would say that I think Billie Eilish is fairly like in the last 4 years. I think
no. Ocean Eyes came out in what, 2015? A long time ago.
really,
Yep.
I don't.
But time
Weirdly,
flies so
that's
fast.
weird.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, I sat there and really thought about this one. Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone out there on TikTok. Like, obviously, you've got people like Peach PRC, but I don't think that's an A-list singer. I think that's a TikTok singer who's become famous because of TikTok, which is fine. She's
Okay.
like amazing in her own right, and I really like her. But like, you're not an A-list star that's showing up to the Grammys to win a Grammy and like going on a stadium tour. has been
Obviously,
fine.
exceptions to the rule.
But
Exceptions
even
all the time.
Dua's been around since early high school too. So like, you know, anyway, my point with that is like, I just feel like over the last couple of years since TikTok's rise, which we talk about in the next episode, which is probably, you know, COVID time, 2019, 2020.
Yeah.
From then on, it's all been kind of like TikTok takes over, dominates the music industry, but it's not really feeling like A-list, sell out a stadium tour. It's TikTok.
I will say though, like Olivia Rodrigo came out of thin air. Like I know she did the High School Musical, the musical, the series.
Mm-hmm.
And then she started making music that blew up instantly.
I was discussing Olivia Rodrigo with someone the other day. Like, I would say that she is famous and amazing and prominent. She's got a few songs, but she's not like, I'm going to sell an arena stadium tour.
The phrase you mentioned was household name.
Household name.
Okay,
And
fair enough, yeah.
I think playing into that as well is the market's just so oversaturated. There's too many to kind of pick one. It was easy for One Direction to get so big because, I mean, all the girls, they were looking for a boy band to obsess over.
And then they appeared.
And there was one to come up. But eventually, like, I mean, there's going to be young women singing. Eventually, there's going to be too many for us to focus on or to even enjoy.
Exactly.
So it's hard. But
like,
yeah.
that's the thing with household names. Like, I say One Direction. Everyone knows who One Direction
Everyone.
are.
Even
I
if you
say
don't like them.
Olivia Rodrigo. I said that to someone the other day and they're like, who's
What about
that?
I Spy? She's fairly new, isn't she not?
She's not a household name though.
Yeah, okay.
This is what I'm saying.
Got
Household
what you mean.
names.
It's
You
a
tell
tough-
your grandparents, everyone in the world knows who you are. Harry Styles. Everyone knows who Harry Styles is.
Very
You
true.
can't avoid that. So
Yeah.
that's my hot take.
That's a very
That's a good
interesting
one.
one.
Thank
I like
you.
that.
I've been thinking about this one for a while, simmering on it.
Hmm.
Well, we have been recording for quite some time now, so we're thinking we might split this into part 1 and part 2, which is exciting because we haven't done this before. So I hope you guys enjoyed our first set of hot takes. You can look forward to hearing more in the next fortnight. But yeah,
I'm really looking forward to the next chapter of this.
Just
chapter?
you
I don't
wait.
even know. And next episode, yeah.
Very
That's been
exciting.
very fun.
the second half was so juicy. So
You know what? Who knows? We might do part 3, part 4, part 5.
maybe
Hot
this
takes
is
for
an
Denny.
ongoing segment.
Thank you for joining us, Danny. We've had so much fun with you on air today. And we will see you guys in another fortnight.
Mondays at 7 a.m. Stay tuned.
We'll be in your ears then.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.